If you're a Black woman and you watch YouTube, you've probably come across the uproar against Tabitha Brown and her video where she's encouraging Black women to get a job. And so, because I'm not a huge follower of Tabitha Brown, and I don't even know if I should say I like her or don't like her. I don't dislike her, but I don't follow her because that's it, right? So I don't have a specific reason to follow her, and I don't have a specific reason not to like her, okay? So I'm neutral, okay, when it comes to Tabitha Brown. However, I had to go and watch the video, the original video, and was like, okay, what is this all about? And I watched the reel. So it was a short video on YouTube, and there were 3 points that she made. The first point that she made, talking to her audience, was that one, you have a lot of good ideas. Okay, so that's the positive thing. As an entrepreneur, as a person in business, that's that's a good starting point, right? To have good ideas. However, there are two problems. The first problem is that she says that if you don't have good implementation, so she's saying you are not good at implementing things. And two, she said you are not good at following through. And so it's time to get a job because you are basically in that tornado of financial crisis because you are too stubborn to. I'm putting words in her mouth right now, but it's basically the way I think she meant it is that you don't have to fight this battle any longer because you're really digging deeper in that hole. The solution, get a job, make some money, and then come back to your business. She's not telling people to forget about their dreams. She's encouraging people to go and get a job. What do I think about all of that? To be honest, 100% agree. 100% agree. Why? One, entrepreneurship is definitely not for everybody. Definitely not. A lot of people want the idea of having their business to be in a boss babe, to be not to have a boss and be their own boss and all of that. However, they don't really understand what it takes to be a business owner. That's the first point. Second point is that entrepreneurs are dreamers. And in that, it's just like artists, right? We're very sensitive about our thing, right? And so what Tabitha was doing was giving tough love. And just like you would for somebody who's trying to lose weight, for example, and they're coming up with excuses, I'm going to give you some tough love, things that you need to hear. You might not want to hear it, but you need to hear it because it's the truth. And so I agree because that's something that I did too. That's something that I had to do. I started my business almost 10 years ago. Was it always like going up and up and up, like everything was rainbows and sunshine? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Okay. And so, yes, I did go and get a job. I got a part time job at my church, and it allowed me to balance my finances. It allowed me to have a little more peace of mind, a little less stress. So, absolutely do that. It is the right thing to do. It's the wise thing to do. Because why would you dig a deeper hole just because of your ego or because of, whatever the reason is? And I'm going to give you a few reasons why it's probably not working, just to add on to what Tabitha Brown said. So she said lack of implementation and lack of follow through. And I see that in a lot of people who, one, do not have a coach, who refuse to invest in themselves. This is usually when you want to do things on your own. because you see how it's done on the outside from other people. Like you see the outside and you're like, oh, I can do that. And you're trying to piece together a lot of different things and it's still not working. So you might be doing, but that doesn't mean that you are growing in your business. Okay. So that's the first thing. If you're not investing in the right things, if you want to do everything as 395 as possible, it's not going to work. Number two, if you lack direction, if you don't know how to get to your destination, like you know your destination, you know where you want to go, but you don't necessarily know the right road or the shortest road to get there, it's going to be very, very difficult for you. Okay. If you are using your business as a all or nothing solution, it's going to be very, very stressful for you. Like, if I don't succeed, then that's it. I'm out of the house. I'm evicted. The way I like to tell my clients to operate is to use their 9 to 5, you use their job to sustain, to feed, to as the investment into their business. That way, the business is a side hustle for now until you can make enough money, replace your 9 to 5 income, and then quit that job in order to be a full time entrepreneur. That is the easiest way to do it. Okay. If you feel like, oh, well, I don't have time to work on both, well, you're going to realize that if you go full time on your business, but you don't have the funds, yes, you will have time, but you will have zero money. So again, no money to invest in your business, no money for software, no money for this, no money for this. And it's going to be a lot of stress on you. I do not recommend that route. Okay. So I believe that what she said was 100% true. Whether it was good timing or bad timing, that's not the problem. I personally believe that a lot of people got offended because they were not ready to receive the tough love. They were not ready to receive the truth of what she was saying. There's absolutely nothing wrong with what she said because she's not telling you to forget the dream. She's telling you to be responsible and get a job that will fund your daily life and your dream instead of struggle in that dream just because you want to be in that dream. So, again, if you have good ideas, it's great, but it's not enough. You have to be able to do the work every single day, and it's tough work. Entrepreneurship is very, very, very hard. And again, not everybody is cut off to be an entrepreneur. Not everybody can do it. A lot of people want to do it because, again, they like the idea of being independent and all of that, but they have no idea what it takes to get there. So, my encouragement for you, if you feel like you're in that season of, but I don't want to abandon my dreams, you're not abandoning your dreams. You are putting fuel behind your dreams. You are doing the right thing by getting a 9 to 5 in order for you to accelerate the growth of your dream. If you don't have the funds, it's going to be a very, very slow growth. But when you have the funds, you'll be able to outsource, delegate, you'll be able to get a coach who will teach you exactly what to do from A to Z. But if you're doing it on your own for free, it takes a long time to get it done. A lot of frustrations. Okay. So my encouragement is really for you to swallow your pride, just like I had to do it, and get a job if you can get a job. And it doesn't even have to be in your area of expertise, right? But if you can, definitely try to get a job so that you can fund that passion project, that you can fund that dream of yours. Okay. So again, I kind of understand the controversy and the uproar, but at the same time, I'm like, but she didn't say anything wrong. All right. So let me know in the comments. What are your thoughts? How did you think? How did you receive her message? Did you even pay attention, notice? To be honest, I wasn't even going to make a video about it until this morning because I finally watched the video. Before that, I was like, what? I'm sure it was nothing. Or even actually, what I thought was that I thought that she had said something so bad, to be honest. And then I just watched the video and I'm like, wait a minute, that's it? So let me know if I'm just not understanding the whole thing. All right, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.